Here's the Tourist Kitchenette that I've been working on. It was all painted white and didn't look very good, so I stripped off all the paint. On the outside, it ended up I stripped off the black paint. Decided to leave it this way. I like the galvanized look on the outside. But on the inside, I repainted it white and put all these decals on. And I'll go through the process here in this video showing how I did that.
Someone did a bad job painting this white inside and out. They had covered all the decals so you could not read them. I ended up printing out the decals and putting them here. And this is an example of the remake of the original logo. Here's what it looked like after I stripped most of the paint off. At this point I left the black on the outside. And then I have a little bit of logo left, and I had stripped off all the paint except for those 3 drawers. This is showing you the inside. There was some welding done, but as you can see, I got most all the paint off. Inside the drawers, they were never painted and pretty much looked fine. This is where the water would go in the top, and then you can also see the ice compartment, which wasn't really painted. The inside here had to be welded and soldered to get everything back in order to use. You can see the spot welds on the edge here.
So I painted most of the main cabinet. I have the top off, and I'll show how I did that work on these 3 drawers. Okay, so I'm going to use the Citristrip. I'm going to use a cheap paintbrush, pour the Citristrip inside this cup, brush it on, wear gloves. Okay, I just applied the stripper, and you can see that it's already bubbling up on that top layer. I'm just going to go ahead and put the plastic on it, because I need to do some other stuff and see what happens. Okay, now after about a half an hour, I can see not only is the paint wrinkling up, but the paint on the bottom and all of it's just pulling away. I'm not even doing anything. Okay, now I have the paint off, and these have that beautiful crystalline on the zinc, which would be okay, but I plan to paint it like the rest. Recently, someone told me how to use a piece of styrofoam as a sanding block, and so that's what I used with wet dry sandpaper, and I sanded the tops of each of these. And after I got those done, I used some denatured alcohol to clean them off. I have them all prepped and ready to paint. You can see I'm holding these hooks up with strings where I need to. This one is holding up on its own. It's actually someone replaced the original, but that will do for now. So now this is painted about 3.5 hours ago. I'm going to wet dry sand it so that it has a good surface for the clear coat and the decal. I found that that works better, even though I would think that drying completely is good, but I found I was getting sometimes spots with it wrinkling on the rest of it. So in this application, it seems like that's the best thing. Okay, I'm going to use this water slide decal paper for a laser printer, and I printed it on here. I found that when the printer is doing cool, it's better. If I did a couple copies, I got these little residual markings. So I would cut out the water slide decals, put them on, and then I will go ahead and use this clear coat and seal it in after this. I'll just let it sit and dry for a while. So I'll probably do it in a couple hours, put the clear coat on.
And finally I got the decals on, and looking like it was originally.